Hey everybody, Dawn McGee, your nutrition evangelist here. I put the fun back into being healthy. I empower women to make their health a priority so they can get off the sidelines and back to doing all of the things that bring them joy. We have been talking a lot about summer coming and, planning some fun stuff to recharge yourself because eating, moving, recharging is a big part of healthy living. There's a lot more to the recharge segment, though, and today I'm going to talk about sleep. Why am I talking about sleep today? Well, I have not been getting enough sleep lately, and maybe you can get away with that for a day or two, even longer sometimes. I can get away with it for a few days, and then it starts to catch up with me, and I'm like, enough. I must get the sleep that I need. Now, everybody's sleep number is going to be a little different, but let's say it's going to be in the range of 6 to 9 hours for almost everybody. For me, I prefer getting 7.5 hours. That is my sweet spot for sure. If I get time to sleep in on a weekend, yeah, I may lounge around for up to 9 hours. Shh, don't tell anybody. Um, but 5.5 is just not enough for me. And I have a teenager who I adore who is also a procrastinator. And so he doesn't quite get going on his homework until I'm like, it's bedtime. Let's go. And then he's like, oh, I'm not done yet. I'll be done really soon. And so that's how my sleep tends to get shortcutted. So, what I'm going to talk about today are 3 tips for how to get your sleep back on point. But before I do that, just really briefly, why is sleep so important? I mean, I think most of us understand sleep is super important, but for our health, if you're not sleeping enough, you're putting more stress on your body, right? We all know that stress on our body is not good, will prevent us from getting to our optimal health, from reaching our health goals. Second is you think of your body kind of like a battery. It's not a perfect analogy, but if you think about it, you probably plug your cell phone in every night. You want the battery to recharge and be fully charged in the morning. Well, your body is similar. So you want to get sleep so that you can recharge your body. All sorts of amazing things happen during sleep time for your body, and it's really important that you get enough. It's important for your brain function. It's important for your digestion. It's important for your sanity, yes. And so many other things. Plus, if you are overtired, most of us, many of us, will grab for some food for a quick sugar hit to keep ourselves going. Now, that has a cascading negative effect, which we'll talk about some more another day when we get back to talking about food. Today, we're talking about sleep. Just know that sleep is critical for everything. So, 3 tips for how to get a little bit more sleep in your life. So there are 3 things that I like to look at, and like everything else we talk about making small improvements day over day. We don't have to do them all at once. But if you can start getting to bed even 10 minutes earlier each night, that will make a huge difference over the course of a week. Just dial it back a little bit longer. Well, what if you have a delightful, darling teenager like mine who leaves his homework to the last minute? Well, you know what? He's growing up. He's going to be off to college in a couple of years. And so my 1% improvement is to not feel like I need to stay up until he's done with his homework and going to bed. My improvement is going to be to say, look, this is my bedtime. I am going to sleep. You need to get some sleep as well. It's really important for your body. However, I am not going to make your procrastination my sleep problem. And I'm hopeful that by setting that kind of an example, that my kiddo will follow suit. There's no telling, teenagers can be unpredictable and often need to learn their own hard lessons, speaking from experience, but one can hope, right? So that's my 1% improvement, and that ties into tip number 1. Dial it back by 10 minutes each night, get to bed a little bit earlier. Number 2 is make sure that you are getting good sleep, right? So once you are in bed, and you've planned that you're getting enough sleep, make sure you're getting good quality sleep as well. That will make a huge difference. I know that when I started taking omegas as part of my nightly routine, the quality of my sleep improved a lot. I was kind of surprised. I'm a big believer in the proper supplementation. I was surprised at what a huge difference that made in the quality of my sleep. So if you want some recommendations, hit me up with a direct message and I'll be happy to provide you with those. But take a look at what your medications and supplements are and see if they are hindering or helping the quality of your sleep. Always happy to talk that through with you. And number 3, leave the devices downstairs. What? No phones in the bedroom? Absolutely, no phones in the bedroom. I do listen to a meditation, a sleep meditation, as I'm going to bed. What I do is I leave my it's an iPad that I play the meditation on. I leave it plugged in and on the other side of the room, so it plays. I'm asleep before the 10-minute meditation is done, and then it's off and it's away, and I'm not like tempted to look and check and scroll and whatnot, because that is super disrupting to your sleep. Sometimes if I'm awake, even though I've chosen to get into bed because it's bedtime, I will read for a few minutes, and that will like sort of calm everything down, and then I'll listen to my meditation and I will go to sleep. So having a good nighttime routine that does not involve scrolling on electronics is tip number 3. Now, if you're not doing any of these right now, I totally get that this may be a challenge for you. At the same time, I would say take a little bit at a time, start to implement, and you'll be amazed what a difference it will make. So just to recap, 3 things to improve your sleep. Number 1, dial it back so you're getting enough sleep. 10 minutes each day. If you can't do 10 minutes, 5 minutes. And then over the course of 2 weeks, you'll be dialing it back by an hour. All right. Number 2, make sure that you're taking a look at your supplements and medication so that they are helping your sleep, not hindering the quality of your sleep. As I said, taking omegas made a huge difference, a really huge positive impact in the quality of my sleep. And number 3, no electronics. Remove the temptations. Develop a nighttime routine that lets your body and your brain ramp down so that you can get to sleep, not toss and turn, be thinking about other things. And check in with me in a couple of weeks and tell me, how is your sleep now? How do you feel overall? How's your patience level? How is your food planning? How is your brain fog? How is your digestion? All of these things that tie so closely into the quality and the amount of sleep you're getting. So I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, please tag me, DM me. Come join us in Never Diet Again for more conversations like this. And as always, what I hope for you is that you live a life you love without being hungry, feeling deprived, or giving up your glass of wine with dinner. Until next week, ciao.